2024 Mercedes-AMG GLE 53 first test, not your stereotypical AMG. It's not the loudest or most powerful version of Mercedes midsize SUV, and that's part of why it's so great. The letters AMG were once shorthand for freaking huge V8. Today, they mean anything from a 302 HP four-cylinder to a plug-in hybrid with 752 lb-ft of torque to a pair of electric motors good for a 3.0-second sprint to 60 miles per hour. The only common thread running through Mercedes' sprawling performance portfolio now are the freaking huge brains behind the cars. The technology alchemists in Eiffel Turbic can seemingly transmute any combination of electric machines and mechanical widgets into pure speed. With the 2024 Mercedes-AMG GLE 53, they've made gold from an inline-six engine, a turbocharger, an electric supercharger, and a 48-volt electric motor. The GLE 53 is the mid-tier variant of Mercedes midsize SUV, but the 429 HP middle child clearly hasn't been forgotten by its caretakers. A refresh for the 2024 model year has delivered subtle upgrades for this SUV that didn't really need to be any better. The exterior changes are so minor that you could stage a spot the difference game if you parked the new model next to the outgoing version. More meaningful improvements have been made, though, to the standard equipment list and the engine output. Why it's important? The GLE 53 makes you feel pretty dang important, as any $90,000 vehicle should. It's every bit as rich inside as the 603 HP AMG GLE 63S thanks to the newly standard Nappa leather seats perfectly sculpted and now heated and ventilated by default and the immaculate build quality evident throughout the cabin. Mercedes has also elevated the GLE 53 by fitting every 2024 model with a Burmester audio system, a panoramic sunroof, and a surround view system that includes a camera under the vehicle so the driver can see through the hood. Taking a bigger picture view, the GLE 53 represents one bookend of the modern AMG powertrain playbook, which could be summarized as if there's an electric motor involved and it hauls ass, it's good enough for us. The electric bits play a small but important role in the GLE 53's character. Thanks to a larger turbocharger, torque from the GLE 53's 3.0-liter inline-six is up from 384 to 413 lb-ft for 2024. The 48-volt electric motor and the electric supercharger don't contribute to the peak power and torque figures. Instead, they provide bursts of air and electric torque to erase all evidence of turbo lag. Squeezing the throttle to the floor from a stop or a roll turns on the power like opening a faucet. Expect more AMG models that blend gas and electricity to similar effect in the future. Pros: what we like. This GLE 53 isn't just an AMG GLE 63S for less affluent buyers. It has a personality all its own, a quieter form of AMG performance that delivers power and presence without shouting literally and figuratively in anyone's face. The 63 series models tend to be rowdy, playful things when driven hard. When pressed into action, the GLE 53 furrows its brow and attacks the road with stoic, confident focus. The lack of drama in the launch makes the breezy 4.6-second 0-60 mph run feel both effortless and unhurried. There's plenty of urgency, though, when you smash the brake pedal from 60 miles per hour. The short, 104-foot stop is a glowing endorsement of the Yokohama Advansport V107 M01 tires. In corners, the GLE 53 hangs on with a car-like 0.90 g of lateral grip. The AMG Performance steering wheel, another newly standard feature, puts two dials at the driver's fingertips for selecting the drive mode and adjusting the stability control, active exhaust, or suspension stiffness independently. Tuned to its most relaxed settings, the GLE 53 loafs along like a pure luxury SUV, with its sporting pretensions slipping far into the background. The 9-speed automatic transmission juggles gears gracefully, and the suspension keeps body motions in check without being overly firm. In a lot of ways, the GLE 53 feels like a spiritual successor to the German sports sedans from the 1980s and 90s, when performance four-doors were far more understated than today's top-shelf models. In more practical matters, the GLE is sized just right for a wide variety of use cases. It's not so big that it feels excessive when the driver is the only occupant, and the rear seat offers generous space for adults. Cons: what we don't like. Although the suspension deftly balances compliance and control, the tires are as supple as bowling balls. Over-expansion joints and potholes, they allow some of the initial shock to sneak past the dampers and into the cabin. The Yokohamas are also noisy over rough roads, emitting a cacophony of pings and knocking on Michigan surface streets. The active exhaust, which is now standard, could also be quieter, at least when you first thumb the engine start button. With the engine running at an elevated idle to quickly warm the emissions equipment, the engine sounds breathy and high-pitched and plain obnoxious, rather than fierce. Oh, and hopefully you weren't expecting all that new standard equipment was going to be free. The base price has jumped nearly $10,000 to a precious $87,900, and even then you'll probably still need to toss in more chips to get everything you want. The $93,500 example we tested didn't have adaptive cruise control. The bottom line: it's not your stereotypical AMG, and that's not a bad thing. Restrained performance makes the 2024 Mercedes-AMG GLE 53 a well-rounded luxury SUV. 2024 Mercedes-AMG GLE 53 specifications. Base price $87,900. Price as tested $93,500. Vehicle layout: front engine, AWD, 5-pass, 4-door SUV. Engine 3.0L turbo and SCHRGD direct injected DOHC 24 valve i6, plus permanent magnet electric motor. Power: SAE net, 429 HP at 5,800 RPM. Torque: SAE net, 413 lb-ft at 2,200 RPM. Transmission: 9-speed automatic. Curb weight, F/RDIST, 5,230 pounds, 54.46%. Wheelbase 117.9 in. Length x width x height 194.4 x 79.3 x 70.2 in. 0 to 60 miles per hour 4.6 SEC. Quarter mile 13.1 SEC at 105.9 miles per hour. Braking: 60 to 0 miles per hour 104 feet. Lateral acceleration 0.90 g, average. MT figure 8 25.9 SEC at 0.73 g, average. EPA city/highway/com fuel econ 18/23/20 mpg. EPA range, com 450 miles, est.